Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be talking about the UFC and the Noche card, the Sphere, and how this thing wasn't really gaining any traction. It wasn't really going anywhere. Dana White's trying to hype it up, talking about, how many millions of dollars they're putting into it for production and how it's going to be the greatest thing ever. And that might be true. This might be the visuals might be over the top. The experience might be once in a lifetime. But at the end of the day, the card, it just is not living up to the hype. It's not. Like, you gave us the Sphere, yeah. You gave us Saudi Arabia. You gave us Noche, Mexican Independence Day, which is all great. But it comes down to the card. And the bottom line is the card's not just that good. It's just not that good at all. And, to be fair, Omally is a star. Omally is definitely a star. He's one of the biggest stars in the UFC right now. But other than that, I mean, what do we have to talk about? Who do we have to talk about? So my question is, should we thank Merab for saving this card? Because leading up to this fight, nobody's really talking about Omally. Everything is Merab. Dana White's talking about Merab. O'Malley's talking about Merab. I'm sure Joe Rogan's talking about Merab. And I guess it's just what Dana White said. I guess Dana White said he's stupid, but my question is Merab stupid or is he genius? You know what I mean? Because, there's that saying, like, it's so stupid, it might actually work. It's so stupid, it's so dumb, it might be genius. Like, Merab is technically doing everything that you're not supposed to do according to Dana White. He got injured in training camp, got a big cut over his eye. What does he do? He runs to social media, he records it, gash on his eye. People don't know, like, dude, like, what are you doing? Like, do we got to find a replacement? Like, why would you do that? Why would you tell everybody that you're injured? You know what I mean? And, it's like, okay, Dana White does the press conference. He calls Merab an idiot. He says, why would you even want to let your opponent know that you're injured and you know what kind of striker O'Malley is? And Dana White's just going off on him, calling them all kind of stupid, all kind of idiots. Our guys are the dumbest guys. Our guys are idiots. Like, wow, bro, how do you really feel? But I guess that's Merab. Merab came out with the statement. He said, "Hey, this is who I am. This is my life. This is why I'm a fighter." He was like, "I knew I was gonna be fine. Everybody else is overreacting," which may be the case. But granted, when your fight is a couple weeks out, a few weeks out, and you're getting sliced up in training camp, it's almost like what are you doing, buddy? And so Dana White says what he says, the media says what they say, and then I think maybe no more than a few days, a week later, Merab posts another video. And what does he post? This guy is removing the stitches himself. And when I saw this, I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, you don't got a doctor, you don't got a nurse, you don't got a teammate, a medical professional, somebody that can actually do this for you, so you're not actually sitting there cutting your eyelash, your eyebrow with scissors. And I'm sitting there the whole time like, bro, like, for one, you already had a cut there. For two, I don't even think it really has enough time to heal, honestly. It probably was premature taking the stitches out. And then for three, you're sitting there doing it yourself, sitting there cutting your eyelid. And I'm like, all right, well, one mistake, one bad move, you know, one wrong snip, your eye's gonna start leaking. So the whole time he's doing this, I'm just waiting. I'm like, oh, there it is. He's finna cut his eyelid. He's finna cut his eyelid. He's finna F up. You know what I mean? And he puts this on social media. Not even regarding what Dana just said. It's kind of like some people, it's like, bro, just stay off of social media, bro. Just don't post nothing. Just don't. You're not good at it. But I'm starting to think Merab might be a genius, because at the end of the day, everybody is talking about Merab. And now I am more interested in this fight because I just want to see, like, what does Merab do? Like, what is he finna do? Like, we already know he's crazy. We already know he's not all the way there. So I'm just ready. I'm like, I want to see this fight, because either two things are going to happen. O'Malley's going to get him real quick, get him out of there, or Merab's just going to turn into the machine that he always is. He's going to put that pressure on him. He's going to put that wrestling on him. He's going to put them takedowns on him. He's going to put some ground and pound on him. He's not even going to give him space. He's not going to give him a chance to engage. He's not going to give him a chance to get them strikes. Because remember, to strike, you got to be at distance. You got to keep your distance. You know what I mean? You want to control the distance, and that's what O'Malley likes to do. But I feel like Merab is just going to be right there in his face to where O'Malley can't even get a punch off. You know what I mean? And that's how I think Merab has to do this, has to play this fight, you know? So, you know, the co-main event, it's cool. You got Ortega. You got Lopez. Okay. It's not the best co-main event in the world, you know? It's not going to be a striking, you know, masterclass. You know, we're probably going to get a lot of jiu-jitsu, a lot of grappling, a lot of wrestling, a lot of hugging, you know, just to be honest. Oh, that's not even the co-main. Oh my God, I forgot. The co-main is actually Grasso and Shevchenko. 3 or 4. 3. You know, it's like we're gonna watch a rematch to the rematch to the rematch. Like, all right. I mean, it may be a good fight. You know, the last fight went to a draw, and Grasso kept her belt. Okay. We're going to watch it again. Cool. So those are really the 3 main fights on this card. And only the main one, O'Malley and Merab, I'm hyped up for. And to be honest, that's mainly for Merab. That's all we're talking about is Merab. Like, what is up with this guy? Like, what's wrong with him? Like, it's one of those things, and I'm going to keep saying it, like, he's so dumb, he might actually be smart. And I don't know how that works out. But here we are. You know what I mean? And do we have Merab to thank for saving this card? Will Dana White, after this is over, give Merab praises, win or lose? Imagine if Merab loses and Dana White is like, the engagement was through the roof. My IG, you know, on the face-off, 22 million, you know, which it should do, because Dana said when he put the belt on Bilal Muhammad, he said it did numbers like crazy. One of his most viewed videos ever. And I'm like, Bilal? I already forgot his name. Bilal? That's who we're talking about? So you have to think that O'Malley is already a bigger star than Bilal Muhammad. So just that off alone should have crazy numbers. And, you know, I was thinking, like, you could have put anybody in there for Merab. You could have replaced Merab with anybody. And this probably would have been a more entertaining card than it was. But I know you could have put Peter Yan in there. You could have put Omalley versus Yan. You could have put Omalley versus Sandhagen. That would have been a bigger fight than Merab. You could have put O'Malley versus Chito Vera 3. That probably would have been a bigger fight than Merab. If we're just being honest, Merab is a good fighter. He's a good fighter. But up until this past week and a half, 2 weeks or so, he wasn't that big of a star. He really wasn't. I've always found him to be entertaining. You know, when he jumped in the cage with O'Malley and Aljo, when they were doing the build-up to their fight, and he stole O'Malley's jacket and he was wearing it, I thought that was hilarious. I'm like, this guy is like entertaining. He's funny. When he ran up the steps to the heckler or whatever, he jumped over the fence, and then he jumped over the cage or the seats or something, and then he went up to the dude and just grabbed his hair, you know, just gave him a noogie. I was like, that's cool. I was like, this dude's funny, you know what I mean? So me personally, I've never had a problem with Merab, but I can see what the general public is gonna say. You know, like, this guy is a snooze fest. Like, I can't really think back to one of Merab's fights and was like, oh, that's an instant classic. You know what I mean? The only fight I could really think of is just when he fought Cejudo. And okay. Okay. He didn't put his lights out. You know what I mean? You know, so it is what it is. But do you think after the Sphere card that Dana White will actually get on the podium at the press conference and say, our engagement was through the roof? We've never seen these numbers. Not just because it was the Sphere card, but because of what Merab did post-fight. You know, he's putting a lot of eyes on this card. Everybody's talking about him. You know, he just did an interview. I didn't even watch it, but, you know, I saw like a quote or something from it. And if he can find a way to win against O'Malley, which I don't think is going to be as hard as most people think, you know what I mean? Because O'Malley's last fight was Chito Vera, and he pieced him up. He took him apart. But let's be real, Merab's on a different level than Vera. With the ground game that Chito doesn't have. Chito was not a threat, any takedown threat at all. So when he's sitting there just getting pieced up, getting knee to the face, all kind of elbows, all kind of uppercuts, and I'm sitting there like, bro, like, change it up, like, do something else. I don't know if that was really in his bag. I don't know if that was in his, you know, bag of tricks that he could really go and do that. You know, go for the single leg, go for the double leg, you know, go for the trip, you know, try to get his back. We know Chito, I ain't never seen Chito Vera try to take nobody's back, but that's why we love Chito. Because he's just going to sit there and bang, 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 and he's not going to stop. But with Merab, you know that if need to be, Merab will find a way to put O'Malley in a position that he's uncomfortable in. Kind of with the Yan. I mean, with the Yan fight, there was a lot of grappling. They were on the fence a lot, you know? So O'Malley wasn't able to to stay in range and get those shots off, to counter like he likes to. So we'll see. We'll see. I think that if Merab could catch Omally, you know what I mean, in the striking, if Merab can utilize his wrestling and his takedowns, because we know that Omally has some takedown defense. Let's not act like Omally is a scrub. Omally can defend takedowns. We know this and we've seen this. Aljo wasn't really able to get him down. Peter Yan tried to get him down. Got him up against the fence, but I don't think he had him, in any bad positions like that. So let's see what happens. I'll tell you, I'm definitely more excited for this card now because of Merab. Because I just want to be like, what is this guy gonna do next? Like, is he so dumb that he's actually smart and he's a genius? You know what I mean? So I think we'll just have to tune in and see how that plays out. But I'll definitely tell you, all the other fights up until that point, I don't know. Watch them. You know what I mean? Cool. They're going to be cool. I think they're going to be better just because it's at the Sphere and we don't really know what that's going to be. You know what I mean? So I think that's a reason to tune in. But let's be real. The card really did not live up to any kind of expectation before they announced it. Now, after the fights are over, then we can say, oh, it lived up to the hype or it was better than expected. But let's just be real. Off of just name recognition alone, there's nobody that you're tuning in for other than Omally. And, Ortega's good. We like Ortega. Ortega's solid. Diego Lopez, solid. He's good. That's a good fight. No, don't get me wrong. That's a good fight. But is it, co-main event worthy? Because we already know, the two title fights are kind of like, the main fights. And then you got the co-main and then the co-main, however you want to put it. But, is Merab, is he on to something? And if he beats Omally, is he a star? If he beats Omally, because it's you got to beat the guy to beat a guy. So, and I'm going to be honest, I think the betting lines, when they come out, if they haven't came out yet, I think it's going to be a lot more even than people think. I don't think O'Malley's going to be a 3-1 favorite. I don't think O'Malley's going to be a 4-1 favorite. So we'll see how it goes. I'm definitely tuning in. But do we think that Merab will get an apology from Dana White? Because Dana's going off on him. And if I was Merab, I would just feel like, maybe I shouldn't have done that. If I lose, are they gonna cut me? but hey, we know the UFC is mostly Dana White, but we know there's other people there as well that run. So we'll see what happens. Is Merab so dumb that he's actually smart? Is he onto something? And do we have Merab to thank for making this card a little bit more interesting? Y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll see y'all next time. Deuces.